Well, hello all you boondockers. Well, we are going to do a video about the people that you meet when you decide to live off the grid. Sunday, the 22nd, we had a visitor. I guess that's the best way to put it, huh? Yeah. We had a visitor. We were here getting ready to watch football on the phone, or what were you doing? What were you doing? You were doing
I was
yoga.
Doing work.
You were doing
work on the
blogs.
iPad.
Yeah, she was doing her blog stuff for her. It was probably 11, 12, 1 o'clock, something like that.
11:30ish, yeah.
It wasn't quite lunch yet. It hadn't gotten hot enough to turn on the air conditioner, but I don't think we ever turned it on anyway. We're sitting here. The dogs are here inside the RV with us, and they're very sound sensitive. They didn't hear this guy. He just walked up to the RV, and he's like, hello? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I was working on the tanks, trying to change over the gas and getting some room made and moving some pots up in the front. And this guy, he said his name was John, right? John. He's driving a Dodge minivan. Had some damage in the front. I kind of scoped him out because he was kind of scoping us out. It was kind of bizarre.
He's being nosy.
I think he was being really nosy because he was kind of pushy trying to get in, and he had lots of information about the neighbors and how they steal stuff, and they're not afraid of cameras and internet and whatever. And they'll shoot the dogs to take all our stuff and blah, blah, blah. They took all his stuff at one point. So I told him, I said, well, you know, we run the risk. We know that we run the risk of doing that when we're out here and there's nobody here. But, you know, I think we tried to take as much precaution as we can and safeguard everything that we have. And, you know, if it's taken, it's taken. You know, we serve a mighty God. That's all I know. If he wants it to be, like, we drove off Sunday afternoon to go to yoga and take care of our poop run. And we were just driving off praying and just telling God, like, well, if we need it, you're going to have it there for us. And if we don't need it anymore, you're going to get rid of it. It's just the way it's going to go. We're okay with that. And then the better part of the story is, that was the bad part of the story, but the better part of Sunday was we got up, and our normal Sunday comes from my side of the family is make eggs and potatoes and beans and tortillas, and we have huevos rancheros and coffee, and if we're going to go to church, we usually, have breakfast, go to church, and then come back. But we've been going on Saturday night. So now we just go to church on Saturday, have breakfast on Sunday, watch football, and hang out or whatever.
Usually working out here.
Yeah, right now we've been working out here, so that's about right. So, we got up. That was the point of the story. We got up, and she looks at me and she goes, we don't have any eggs. And I'm like, okay, well, I can drive down to Walgreens and get some eggs. Now, Walgreens is about 7 miles from here on just a straight road. There's nothing between here and there except for RVs and mobile homes and houses. So, on the way down there, I'm thinking, this is stupid. I'm not going to drive to Walgreens to get eggs when there are people here that have chickens. I know that there's a lady that she used to buy fresh eggs from, that lives out here somewhere, maybe closer to town than we are, but somewhere. So as I'm driving into town, looking at Craigslist, I'm trying to find a chicken lady or somebody that sells eggs. And as I'm driving in, I'm looking at all the places, like, okay, they have a chicken coop. Oh,
let me just say, Craigslist, wackadoodle. He loves Craigslist. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. This time, very good. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, she had to put in that it's very good. It can be hit or miss on Craigslist. I definitely will go with that. So I'm looking too at the houses as I'm going down. Like, they have a chicken coop, no sign. They have a chicken coop, no sign. They have a chicken coop. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe I've just been driving this road so many times that I haven't seen a sign that says eggs for sale. So I thought maybe I'll get lucky and I'll find somebody that's close. As I got closer and closer to town, I realized, well, there's nobody, so I'll just go to Walgreens today. But I found somebody on Craigslist. I messaged them while I was in line, because there was a crazy line at Walgreens on Sunday. That place is like the city central. There's literally people everywhere. There was Boy Scouts. There was Boy Scout snacks. Speaking of snacks, they're up there. I want some of that. They have a weird chemical flavor this year. I don't know what's going on. Boy Scouts, fix that. That's not good. Whatever that flavor is in there is bleh. Anyway, So I text the $5 for 18 egg guy, which is like $3 a dozen, I guess, maybe. What is that?
Yeah,
$3.50 a dozen or something. It's kind of high, but they're fresh eggs. He doesn't use any chemicals, whatever. Anyway, I know all this because we met the guy. So yesterday, Emma comes over. We're hanging out, eating dinner together, and the guy texts me and says, "Hey, I have your 18 eggs." And I'm like, "Well, we're eating dinner. Give me about 5 minutes." He goes, "Okay." 5 minutes later, he goes, "I'm at the intersection," which is literally 6 miles from here, almost to the Walgreens. Well, we get there, we all pack up. So, "You want to go?" Yeah. So we all go. We get there. The guy's there. His name is Khalil. And he gets out and he's like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. I'm from Morocco and my wife is from upstate, from Buffalo, New York, right? And we get to talking and I go, "Well, which way from here do you live?" Because he said he was southwest, which for Rio Rancho is further away from us than I thought it was. But I guess northern is the north and south portion of the quadrant. So the northwest side is on where we are, and the southwest side is on the other side of the street. So he literally lives maybe 2 miles, 3 miles from here. Maybe. We haven't been to his house, but we're going to go on Sunday. Maybe on Saturday afternoon. I have a moth in here. So as we get to talking, he's like, "Yeah, we're boondocking as well. We're building a house. We've been out there." How long did you say you've been out there? A year or two?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
something like that. He's been out there, but they converted a van. They went all over Canada. Can we deal with this moth, please? This guy right here. He's driving me crazy. I'm trying to do this video. So we get to talking. He's out there with his wife and 3 boys in an RV. They're in an RV. It's just us 2 and the dogs. Everybody thinks we're crazy. We get to talking and he goes, "Everybody thinks we're crazy." And I go, "Well, you are kind of crazy with 3 boys, but you know, if you got it under control, you have internet, you have water, you have electric," which he's got solar and all that. He's building a house there on his property. So it was like we were talking, we were just going to do an egg deal and we wound up meeting somebody. At least 25 minutes. And then he stopped us on the way out because we were coming back out. So let me follow you so I know where your road is at whenever you turn. And when we got to the turn to go to his road, he said, "Well, just come out there now." He goes, "We're going to have dinner, blah, blah, blah. Just come out there now." And I go, "No, my daughter's got to go in. So we'll do it on Saturday or Sunday." He goes, "Okay, well, it was nice to meet you." And then he proceeds to text me for the next 30 minutes or so about my internet. He was talking about his internet. We were talking about solar. We were talking about all the stuff that we're doing. So it was really synchronous, the stuff that happened with him. And it was just another confirmation that we're doing something that's right. It's right for us. It's not right for everybody. I know. I can tell you that it's not right for everybody. You know, our Instapot here is making some beat for us tonight. This is solar. This is free. I'm not paying for this electricity. This is free. So just so you know, we're making this without any charge.
So the good thing about the Instapot is you can do it some things
On the slow cooker, it works.
On slow cooker. But if we're going to do a pressure cook, we got to have the generator going. But we're blessed with a slow cooker all night. So we'll have food.
And the slow cook, I mean, the pressure cooker only took about an hour of LP, so maybe $1 or $2, maybe $2. I don't know. But it didn't take much. So we just wanted this video to be about the people that you meet, and that there's good people, there's bad people, and
you just find more like-minded people when you open yourself up to conversations. And just searching for some eggs, we knew that we wanted fresh farm eggs, and it's something that we want to have in the future. And so to take a tour and see their chicken coop and see how they do their things, we get an opportunity to learn from somebody who's been doing it longer than us. Right. And so this is really a fun thing. He was so excited to meet somebody who was doing it like they were doing it.
And we didn't look at him with a crooked eye. A lot of people, like he said, they think we're crazy. Like everybody that he talks to, that he explains what he's doing, they just think, "Oh my gosh, you're a nut. Why would you do such a thing?" And
the beauty of it is they're both educators. So they both have jobs and their kids go to public school. And, you know, that's what's neat, that we have chosen a simple. And I think the thing that I took away from our conversation, he says, live the best life that you can.
Right.
Because you only get one.
Right. And it's short. He said, kept saying it was short. He goes, your life is short. Take advantage of it. Enjoy it and do what you can to make the most of it. Like their tour across Canada, they were in all 5 of them, I guess, is the story. I'm going to have to get that from when we see him tomorrow or Sunday. That all 5 of them went across Canada in this converted van. It was an eco van. So they converted it. So I guess we'll see that as well. He wants us to see all that. So we're kind of excited. The thing that she was talking about earlier was seeing how other people do stuff. And then you go like, we're not going to do it that way. They have a composting toilet. We chose not to because we thought this was more like the type of toilet that we're used to. So we have been doing the regular liquid toilet. So once we see how that works and if it's something that
and they converted their
makes
RV.
sense.
Yeah, they converted their RV to a composting toilet. And so we've seen videos on it and we've, you know, tinkered with the idea of it, but it hasn't been something that we've wanted to do. But if we see it and we are educated, I think maybe hands-on, it might be a little bit different on how we think about it.
Yeah, and then we see kind of the how it works, because right now we're still thinking the videos that we've seen and the people that we've talked to, it's like you have to keep the liquid separate from the solids, and there's all these things, and so that's kind of something that we have kind of battled with. So hopefully we'll get over there and we'll go, oh, that's gonna work. We'll be able to do that.
Or
so
we'll say it's not gonna work and we'll move on.
Right, and we'll still do what we're doing now because it doesn't really take that long. We have a video coming about the black water disposal, so that way you guys can see how it works. Right now we're kind of suffering with it because the gray water we're having to put into the black water to be able to get the black water out, because there's a piece missing on ours that broke at the very beginning. Well, it was leaking. It wasn't broken, I guess it was leaking. So we're going to get that fixed on Tuesday. So once that's fixed, hopefully that situation will change a little bit, because it's starting to get cold. I tried to put water in the RV the other day and it was a little chilly. How cold was it this morning for you?
What?
Putting the water in the RV.
It wasn't that bad this morning.
Your hands weren't cold when you got back in?
No.
Okay. Well, my hands were freezing the other day, but it was in
He's
the
from
40s.
Texas.
Well, it was it was in the 40s. Don't go with the Texas thing.
Yeah,
Don't go with the Texas. Don't go with the Texas. No. It's like a whole other country.
It is a whole
Just so
other
you know,
country.
it's like a whole other country. Anyway, thanks for watching, you guys. JJ, it was good to see you. If you're watching this, it was good to see you. I didn't recognize you with your monster face, but it was really good to see you when you said...
And Becca, you should come out with us to see their conversion fan.
Yeah, because they have a conversion van, so you might get some good
You
ideas.
could learn from them and then use them as a resource. So anyway, there's our tidbits for our other friends trying to do what we do.
And then I didn't get any comments on the solar video. Everybody wanted to see it, so I was kind of stunned by that. But any questions, any comments, whatever, if anybody's doing it, they want answers, or they want to see what we're doing, please pass on the information of Boondocking for Jesus. We just feel blessed. We feel like this is a fun journey. It's been an interesting journey, and today we're extremely tired because there was a drone flying around last night on our property. So we think that John may have something to do with it. We're not sure, but
he did say he had a drone, and he did say it had infrared night vision.
Yeah, so just
just
pray for us. We may be having to unload some ammunition, but if we do, we do. It's okay. It's all good. We thank you guys for watching. Have a great one.
Peace
Bye.
out.